Welcome back to the channel. It's Tommy Wright, aka CEO.T Wright, and I'm a credit specialist, but in this video I won't exactly be talking about just credit. It's just something that's been heavy on my heart that I just want to talk to the community about, people that are like-minded like me, entrepreneurial, whatever the case may be, or people that are just around my age. I feel like this video will help them a lot because I personally dealt with this, and I have people very close to me that also deal with the same things that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So stick around, and I appreciate you guys tuning in with me. Let's get into it. So quick spark notes about myself. I'm a former athlete. I am a former D1 athlete. I played at Appalachian State. I gave back my scholarship voluntarily because I realized that all I wanted to do was to be a millionaire, and I thought the only way that I could do that was to go be a football player, which I was already good at, so I was like, okay, it made sense. But when I got to college, I started not loving the game. I started like really resenting playing football, and I realized there were other ways that I could be a millionaire or have the lifestyle that I want to live without having to catch a football or, you know, play football at all. So now I'm a full-time entrepreneur, and I'm only 21 years old, and I have crossed that six-figure mark. But honestly and truly, I still suffer from the same problems that a lot of other people have. So being 21 is already like a transitional phase or a transitional period in everybody's life, because, you know, 21, 22, usually people are graduating college, they're about to step into the real world, they really don't understand, you know, what exactly they expect, and everything's hitting them from all different angles. I was fortunate financially that I didn't have too many pitfalls. One, because when I came home, I lived with my mom for about a year and some change until I was like, okay, I need to go. Went and got my own place, and at this point I'm already making six figures, which is cool, which was great, but internally I still was fighting some different problems, the same problems that people my age are also fighting. Like, I suffer every single day of feeling inadequate, no matter how much I do, no matter how productive I am, no matter how many results that I get from a certain something. I always feel like there was more that possibly could have been done, or there's more that I can possibly be doing, or my biggest pitfall is worrying about things that are out of my control. They're not in my control, but if they do go right, they'll help me, you know, propel forward or be better in business or whatever, but they're not in my control. So because they're not in my control, every waking second is just like, it's a lot on me. So I struggle with feeling inadequate, and I know a lot of people my age or even older feel inadequate in their lives, or maybe inadequate to their partner or inadequate in other areas of life. But looking at just face value, you look at somebody on Instagram that has this or is doing this, and you think they don't have the same problems that you have. And I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. I have very close friends that make six figures, make seven figures, and still feel the exact same way that I feel and the exact same way that you feel. So I want to let you know, like, especially if you're in that gap of like 20, 25, you know, 20 to 30, and you feel like you're just moving with life, like the wind is just taking you with life, you're gonna find out what's going on. Like, I'm still young, so I can't tell you like, hey, when I was 21, I didn't know blah, 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 but now I'm 30, and I can't tell you that. But what I can say is I've heard it enough that it has to be true, especially from people that I look up to that say, hey, they felt like this, or they was this when they were 20, 21, but now they're the exact opposite, and they're exactly where they want to be in life. So that's what I'm waiting on, is getting to that point. But one thing that I have to tell myself when I'm fighting these battles, like mentally, is like, hey, appreciate where you are, appreciate the people that are in your life, and you have to appreciate, you know, just the vision of where you're going. Like, a lot of us, we look at the end point and we're like, hey, because we're not there, we feel like our life sucks. But how about you enjoy the start to the end point? It'll make it a lot sweeter when you make it to the end point. So yes, it's hard when you see somebody on Instagram having the car or having the chains or having whatever. Like, I fall victim to that too, looking at it saying, you know, I'm just gonna go buy a chain, which I can do, but it's not financially smart, especially for the plans that I have for myself, for what I want to build, what I want to buy, and what I want to scale up. It just doesn't make sense. So instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses or trying to be like everybody else, I have to learn to just stay in my own lane and make sure every single day I'm just building to be a better me. And that's the same thing for people my age, and anybody watching this video, is just take the steps to be a better you every single day. And by the time you turn around, look 2, 3, 4, 5 years back, you're like, wow, I'm a whole different person than what I was, and it's in a positive manner. But I want everybody to understand that, again, I have 6 figures, everybody's like, oh my God, if I just get to 6 figures, my life will be set, da 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 da. No, that is not the case, especially if you're an ambitious person like myself. It never, ever, 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 ever stops. It keeps me up at night wondering, what more can I do? I'm not doing enough. The public is not seeing enough for me, yada, yada, yada. I fight these demons every single day. I fight them every single day. So if you're fighting them, just know that it's okay. You're not the only one. And I've been looking at a lot of different things that I can take to kind of better this for myself. And one of those big things, like I said, was gratitude. Being appreciative for what you do have, because 9 times out of 10, there is somebody that's living a lot worse. Not even 9 times, 10 times out of 10, there's people that are living a lot worse than us. So we need to appreciate exactly where we are and just understand that we are grinding for something, which is okay. It might not be what you want right now, but you're gonna get there. Another thing that I feel like helps with dealing with these battles that I fight with myself, or what battles my friends fight, is to appreciate the small wins that you get. So everybody wants the big one. I want the car, I want the house, I want the girl, I want da 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 da. Appreciate the small wins. So if you just started a business, you say, hey, I want to make $1 million business, and today you made $1,000. You don't have $1 million yet, but you just made $1,000. Like, that's something to be appreciative about. So just take the small wins. They'll help you get through those times where you're up late at night and you're like, I'm not doing enough. My life isn't where it was. Because everybody goes through that. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning and you just on YouTube looking at stuff because you want to figure out how you can make more money or blah, 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 blah. Appreciate the small things that you've accomplished, and it'll help you get to those bigger accomplishments. They start to add up very quickly. So that's all I wanted to say for this video. Again, I'm a credit specialist. So usually I only talk about credit on my YouTube channel, but I'm also still a 21-year-old serial entrepreneur that's striving to be a lot bigger than what he is today. So I understand a lot of the hardships, a lot of the little things that can just bother us when we're trying to achieve a much bigger goal. So as always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to kind of my TED Talk, and I'll see you guys on the next video, but it will be about credit. So make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe button and hit that little notification bell so you can see every time I drop every single week, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.